The classical dance style of Kathak has a lot of flair and freedom, and that is one of the reasons why I just love and enjoy this style of dance. And every dancer will tell you that the style that they follow is personal to them for whatsoever reasons. Now, as a result of the flair and the freedom of Kathak, it has an aspect where it doesn't follow a structure like Bharatnatyam or Odissi, Kuchipudi, or most other classical dance forms. And the other classical dance forms have strict structures in which they operate. So they have the position of the foot, the tribhang, aramandi, and various other structures that help them, like hastakas, that help them perform and articulate the style. Prior to learning Kathak, I learned Bharatnatyam for a good 10 years. And my personal sensibility of dance itself carried a structure. So the perception that I had of what dance is all about had a structure as the foundation. So when I approached Kathak, I perceived it in terms of a structure, when the structure is something that is not really the foundation of the style at all. So it's interesting for me how I encountered Maharajji's work and also brought in my own learning and aspects that I studied with Bharatnatyam into the style as I started to understand it or develop it, and it became a sort of an interesting process for me as I started to see how the variety of perceptions of this form of dance is infinite, because the number of Kathak dancers who pursue the art form so brilliantly all across the world have their own method, have their own ideologies, have their own vocabulary, and the way they hold their body, the way they would do their wrist movement, kalai movement, the way they would occupy the stage, the way they would articulate a tukra, paran, was so significantly different one from the other. And these aspects sort of divide the styles in itself, and at the same time bring the entirety of it together as the style of Kathak. I would like to end by saying that no matter what, any sort of dance requires a heartfelt attempt to bring in integrity and beauty, and the audience always sees that. So regardless of the style, regardless of how it is being presented, what is most important is the beauty of the heart and the soul. And when the dancer brings these aspects with just purity and joy, the audience also has a wonderful experience of experiencing and watching the art form unfolding before them.